The Sanlorenzo SX range has a new flagship and it is out of this world. This is the brand new SX120 and it takes the Sanlorenzo crossover formula and sends it into the stratosphere. The biggest aft deck they've ever done, a swimming pool that you can load with toys with this crane up here, and in this tour I'm going to show you every area: cabins, crew spaces, helm, engine room, the lot. Is this the best Sanlorenzo you can buy? Let's find out. I'm Jack Haines, welcome to YachtBuyer. Because it looks so similar to the smaller boats in the range, it's hard to gauge the scale of the new flagship, but at 270 gross tonnes there is space in abundance here. The length overall is 36.6 metres and the beam is 8 metres, though, with the platforms down, the beam is extended to create a beach club that stretches to 70 square metres. It weighs in at a meaty 176 tonnes, and the draft with its 2 IPS pods is 2.28 metres. In fact, one of the unique elements of the SX120's design is that it has 4 engines but only 2 propulsion pods, but we'll come on to that later in the video. For now, let's start on that incredible aft deck. If you enjoy content like this, why not subscribe to the channel? Hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, you'll be notified every time we upload a new tour. Well, let's begin, because the concept of the SX120 is the same as the smaller SX boats in the range. The scale is totally different though. Look how much space we've got to play with back here. And the entrance on board is just amazing as it scales up through the mezzanine, up to the middle deck, and then right up to the sun deck. It's the first one with the sun deck, but let's get there later on. We're going to focus on here for the moment. This drop-down platform that you can see slides down towards water level, and then this connects it up to the pool. It's a freshwater pool, it's heated as well, and it's got a little infinity section so you can lie down on this side and look out over the water. And these sections here with the cushions on, these slide, so you can cover up this area for 2 reasons. 1, protect the pool, and 2, in true SX style, this is the crane. So this is how you winch the tender on and off. You close up the pool, put the chocks on top, and then the tender up to about 6.3 metres sits here, right in the middle of the deck, but there's plenty of space for other toys as well, Seabobs, jet skis, whatever you like really. But this boat is so big, you can actually walk underneath the crane, and it's so seamlessly integrated. It's fixed on that side, but you'd have absolutely no idea there's a crane above my head right now. And look how far forward these platforms go. This far forward on both sides. You can see you can put railings in as well, so you can add a little bit of protection. But this entire space just fits together so nicely. On anchor with a lovely view out over the water, then, I mean, what a fabulous living space this is. And what's really, really clever is the way it connects down to this lower saloon. So let's head down there. Again, we've seen this type of space on smaller SXs, but it's just the scale of it that makes all the difference. This boat has an 8-metre beam and you feel every inch of it down here. And it's not just the connection out aft, it's the connection to the water on either side. When the platforms are down, you've got great views out over the water. It's a Sanlorenzo, it's totally customisable. If you don't want to have this type of furniture, these colours, this arrangement, you can change it. You can probably even have a cabin here if you want. And this hull number 1 is a Lizoni version, so you get design elements like this staircase, which we're going to use as a reference point throughout the tour. You don't get that as standard, but it is a lovely, lovely thing. As is the way they've integrated the bar here. That's nice, isn't it? Glasses up there, fridge down below, but when it's closed away, you'd never even know it was there. Let's move forward. Again, as part of this Lizoni design, you have this, what they call jolly cabin. So this sort of open relaxation area that's slightly more private than that area down there. You can see you've got pocket doors, so you can close this off, but as standard, this is just a normal cabin without the opening doors. You have a fixed bulkhead and a normal door, hence why you have the bathroom, because that would be the ensuite, but this is a day head on this deck when you have it in this format. And if we carry on, this is actually where we find the rest of the guest accommodation. So here on the port side, we have a double ensuite, of course. There's some really nice design points in here. I really like the way they do their wardrobes. They use glass rather than wood, so it doesn't feel like you've got this big block of wood sort of bearing down on you in the cabin. You've got TV mounted up on the wall over there, and again they've used glass in the bathroom. So the sink is open to the cabin, though there is a pocket door, and you've obviously got sort of smoke glass for the toilet, and then your shower cubicle over there. Let's carry on forward. The starboard side, another guest cabin where I think you can really appreciate the windows. The blind was down in that cabin, See, this is what it looks like with the blind up, but I love these, more traditional, but they're still big. It's not like you're sacrificing having a big hull window, and you can open them, which is nice too. Slightly smaller this cabin, so not quite as much storage space, but finished in the same design. And I like the cabins have got TVs and sound bars in the ceiling, so you can have a little cinema moment down here too. Of course, this has got its own private ensuite just forward. And then we carry on down this passageway. This is through to the crew space. We're actually going to do that at the end because it links to the helm, and I want to show you how they do that, because they've really thought about how the crew can make their way through the boat as easily as possible. And then we come to the final guest cabin. Again, a really lovely double, nice big bed. Its bathroom is over there, again with the sink sort of semi-open to the cabin, which just helps with the feeling of space. Another nice big pair of portholes. I even like the way they've done the roof lining here and how neatly the lighting is all integrated. It is just dripping with style, and another lovely big glass wardrobe. Right, let's head back to that staircase, upper deck. I'm going to check out the main deck and the owner's cabin. Now, this section of the staircase emerges on the main deck, pretty much on the threshold between the main deck saloon and the deck cockpit, which is a sort of mezzanine section that looks down over that lovely aft deck. And this is a really lovely space because this table is huge, but there's still plenty of space to move around it, and also room for some lovely big comfortable chairs. I also like the way that the deck head mirrors the teak floor, so it's the cocoon by teak. It's gorgeous. Practical stuff as well. You've got boarding gates on both sides. Obviously that aft deck is really quite low to the waterline, so if you're by a higher quayside, it's nice that you can just jump off from either side. Symmetrical decks which lead all the way up to the foredeck. We're going to have a look at that later on, because I want to stay on this deck and show you how this links up to the owner's cabin. Into the main saloon then. I really like this seating area in the middle, this sort of crash pod, similar to Maverick, a yacht that we have a tour of on the channel. I think that's very inviting. You also have your more formal sofas on either side, taking in views from these huge windows, plus there's a TV behind that mirror over there. So if you want to have movie night or watch your sport, you'll probably be doing it down here. There's another bar over in that corner, similar to the one downstairs, and then loads of storage really neatly hidden behind these fascias. If we move forward, we come to the day head, and finally, the owner's cabin. In this passageway before, we have a day head, which is locked at the moment for some reason, and then a pantry which connects down to the galley, which is right on the lower deck in the crew space. We're going to go there later on, don't worry. But this is the owner's cabin, and I love this design. The way the bed head partitions this section off, obviously the bed is facing forward, taking in these views. You know, this is such a significant part of the SX design, having these wraparound windows, the inwardly raked screen, which looks very stylish, but it also helps to keep it cool because it deflects some of the sun if it's shining in this area. There's a TV here as well, which pops up from that section, so you can lie in bed and watch TV, and that head height as well. You can see how this extends up. So the feeling of space in here is amazing. When you team it with the glass and the views, it does feel wonderful. And then down here in this corner, we have the owner's bathroom. This is gorgeous. Twin sinks, mirror in the middle, but still nice views out from here. And then a really large shower cubicle behind me with a separate toilet compartment as well. It's beautiful. And this cabin has a private side door out onto the foredeck. So from your cabin, you can go out onto your terrace, where right forward, you just have loads of sunbathing space to enjoy. Right, let's head back to the staircase and up to the bridge deck. We are right at the top of the staircase now on the bridge deck and here in the bridge saloon. The helm is right at the front of this deck. We're going to cover that in a moment. Let's just have a look at the living spaces first. Again, the furniture is entirely flexible. This particular boat's got a mix of the big glass table here, which is quite nice, sofa running down that side. And what is lovely is that the windows on both sides drop down. So here, in a very warm show, we're getting a really lovely breeze rippling across and keeping this area cool without necessarily having to rely on the air conditioning. And this area also connects out to bridge deck aft, a much smaller outdoor living space than downstairs, but a nice intimate one again. And also, if you are in a marina, this is the place you're going to sit outside because it's much more private. You're away from the quayside, but you've still got lovely, comfortable seating. And of course, you could probably put another table out here if you wanted to. And then we find something quite unique for the SX range. It's the first one with the sun deck. So let's head upstairs and have a look. Yes, the sun deck is doing sun deck things. I mean, look at the view from up here. This is why these spaces are so valuable. Clear of obstructions and really does catch the breeze. on a warm evening like this, you can see everyone's emerging on the top of the boats because it's a really lovely place to be, and it's a great extra living space. There's a fridge down here as well, so you've always got a nice cold drink to hand, a mix of sofa and sunbathing space, really comfortable, lovely place to catch the sun and also cool down a little bit. Right, let's head downstairs. I'm going to have a look at the helm. Right, the helm. It can be partitioned off, but this is glass, so you're not ruining the view for people if the skipper does want a bit of privacy and a bit of quiet when they're on passage. And then we have this big helm pod. How cool is this? Triple MFDs upright for navigation, then you've got all of the functions for the systems down here within this screen. It is an IPS boat. It's got 4 IPS engines, but only 2 pods. 2 engines per pod, which is a new development for Volvo. All controlled as usual though, through a couple of throttles when you're at speed, and then you've got your joystick for slow speed manoeuvring. 4,000 horsepower in total, so it's got a top speed of 23 knots. So it will get a bit of a shift on. The view from up here, well, it's pretty remarkable because you're looking down that sort of coach roof. You can see right to the bow. You're up high, but you're very well insulated. We actually reviewed the smallest boat in the range, the SX120. I'll put a link in the description below. But you get that lovely feeling of plowing through the water at 20 knots, but you're completely protected and sitting up high. It does make for very quiet, comfortable cruising, but of course on this boat it links to a much bigger aft deck. And I said earlier on, it's really clever how on the starboard side they've essentially made this a crew area. So this staircase winds all the way down and links down to the galley and the crew accommodation. So let's go down there. So the crew staircase lands here in the galley. That door there is through to the guest accommodation. We saw that at the start of the tour, so that's how crew can link through to the galley, but get into the accommodation if they need to quickly. And they have the galley itself, which is a nice big space. I like the island in the middle, all fiddled of course, so if you're rolling around a bit, which you shouldn't be because the boat's stabilised, but you never know. Fiddles everywhere, so if things slide around, they're not going to slide off. These are a little bit sharp for chef, but not too bad. You've got windows down here as well, which open. If you're cooking, it's nice to be able to ventilate and get all that steam and smoke out if you have to. Big sink over there, storage underneath. Really nice big large induction cooktop with some extraction overhead. Nice wide oven, and then big cooling space of course. Fridge on this side, freezer on that side. And through there we get to the crew mess and their accommodation. This is the main mess area. There's space for 6 crew down in this section, split across 3 different cabins. We'll put the deck plan up on screen as you can see the formation. They're being used at the moment, but we can poke our head into one in a moment. This is obviously the main socialising area where they can relax and have something to eat. Laundry is down here behind these cupboards, storage up there, TV opposite, and then they've got screens as well, so they've got oversight of all the systems on board. Let's have a quick look in one of the cabins. So this is a single cabin, you've got your single bunk, private bathroom, and some storage up here. Not too bad. Okay, the last place to look at is the engine room.
Engine room access is via this hatch in the aft deck.
Sanlorenzo had specific requirements for propulsion on the SX120, both from a performance and packaging perspective. It's the first leisure craft to use Volvo's IPS Professional system, whereby the engines are mounted in pairs in line with the pod. So you have 4 1,000 horsepower engines, but with 2 pods, there's less drag. The system can even run on 2 of the 4 engines in eco mode to reduce fuel burn, and it will automatically switch between engines depending on inputs from the helm and to keep engine hours balanced between the blocks. The quoted top speed is 23 knots, with a range at its 17 knot cruising speed of 770 nautical miles. The packaging is crucial too. With the engines mounted longitudinally, space is created in the void between them for the pool on the aft deck. If you want more detail on this propulsion system and the SX120, head to YachtBuyer.com to read my in-depth written review, and you can also compare the yacht head to head with others in the sector. This yacht really cleverly taps into what a lot of buyers are looking for at the moment: full customisation, connection to the water with that aft deck, the ability to carry lots of toys as well, and multiple living spaces across different decks, inside, outside. You can find your own space on this boat really easily, and of course the owner is really well looked after in that super comfortable owner's cabin. And one really important thing, it looks fantastic. It's an objective desire, such an important part of the boat buying process. I think it may well be the best boat that Sanlorenzo currently builds. If you disagree, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching that tour of the Sanlorenzo SX120. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give the video a like if you did, and subscribe if you've lasted this long. Really appreciate it. If you want to see our sea trial of the smallest boat in the range, the SX76, we've got one of those up here. Do have a watch. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Jack Haines. This is YachtBuyer.